Mr. Molnar.
A lot of talk this evening about attacks, attacks on character and things of that nature. I know I'm the youngest person up here. I know when I started I was in my 20s, and I learned a lot quickly. I learned that Macedonia is a nasty, nasty place to be involved in politics. No matter which side of the fence you're on, you guys can agree with that.
Understatement of the year.
You know, I've been attacked for my job, my intelligence, my integrity, and one that really hurt me was my religion. You know, my personal beliefs of what I think is right for my family and what I do with my family, it's completely unjust. It bothers me, it has bothered me since it occurred, but I leave that to the wayside. A lot of things have gone on with Mr. Svab. He, after was let go, the day after, had begun an attack on me. And that attack, I have not alluded to, I haven't talked about it, because I don't want to cloud what I'm going to say. It bothers me, and I think it's inappropriate. I think what he did was reprehensible, and it speaks to some of the things that have occurred here. It had an impact on my job. The thing that feeds my 1-year-old son and my 9-year-old daughter. You know, we want to get emotional and talk about family, and that's what's most important to me in my life. And a $5,000 a year council job, I've got a guy attacking me trying to take away my career. He found nothing. I was accused of being a part of anything you can think of. There's nothing there. I would not put my family at risk for this job. I sleep very well at night. There's no stress in my sleep. What I say is what I mean. My conscience is very, very clear when I go to bed each night. I want to talk about last night's meeting. We talked about being subjective and what's correct for the city. Mr. Dimmoff presented a lot of different things. I feel that the things that he had presented were somewhat angled towards an outcome. The way that he presented it was angled toward an outcome. He spoke a lot about red flags. The red flags that had popped up with me, our legal department had gone back and proven him wrong on almost every fact. The biggest one was any time that there was a fact that he presented, he had nothing to back it up. A great example was he alluded to a court case in Medina. And any attorney will tell you that case law is everything. What happens in the past will proceed in the future, and that will dictate what the outcome will be. He didn't even know what he was speaking about. He had no clue. The very thing that Mr. Svab was accused of is what the man went to jail for. That's a little bit bothering to me. I'm really kind of trying to figure out what thought process someone will go through to think that that's okay. And some of the things that he did, which were proven that he did wrong, are okay to restore him to duty. I offered alternatives with Mr. Svab. I feel that if you put the man back in place, and I said it last night, I'll say it again, it's not going to be conducive to what's best for this community or our residents. You've got a man who, you know, there's 20 different people pointing down on him saying he did wrong. And at no point did he ever take responsibility. Nothing. At no point did he say, you know what, on that one, I did wrong. I think I would have felt a lot differently about the entire situation if maybe on one fact, he would have said, you know what, I did wrong. A polygraph test to me means nothing. People can need polygraph tests. The questions that were on the polygraph test were wildly inappropriate. They didn't even allude to what I felt was serious and what was to be asked. The most important thing I want to talk about is, and I said it last night, I will say it again, it's raining outside again. We've gone on for this since, I don't know, September, talking about a man who did wrong. The administration felt, you know, did not need to be employed here anymore. We could have done a lot of different things to, you know, let that go and move on, but instead, over $100,000 has been spent. And we could put that money towards the stormwater issue, our road being paved. When's the last time we talked about paving a road up here, guys? That's bothering.
Last council meeting, when we voted.
Did we put money towards it? We put money towards saving a man's job who, in my mind, is guilty of the things he's accused of. So the $100,000, over $100,000 could pave the road. But instead, we're going to defend the man, and we're going to continue this fight when really we should just move on, find an alternative to to part ways and be done. But instead, we spent over $100,000. There's always a last word that goes on up here. It happened last night, and I'm sure it will happen again, because we'll make a mistake again. But that $100,000 is not being spent by the administration. It's as a result of this council's votes. By doing what they're doing, we're essentially just taking the money and we're just spending it to nothing. What's important? Saving Mr. Schwab's job or dealing with the problems of this community? Ask yourself that. I mean, really dig deep and watch the meeting last night and dig deep and ask yourself that question. If you're a rational person, I think I know what your answer will be. My vote is absolutely to let him